You are now listening to Ride With Me, the Veterinary Podcast.
Welcome to Ride With Me, episode 114. Today is May 18, 2024. Today's guest is my returning guest, Stepheny.
Hi.
Hi. I thought you said you were going to be shy this time.
I'm not.
All
Just
right.
waking up, having my first cup of coffee.
Oh, I haven't even had that. I'm not trying.
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying not to, because if I drink coffee right now, I'm just going to be clearing my throat over and over again.
Really?
I haven't even had coffee yet, and I'm already kind of clearing my throat. Yes, Stepheny is a champ. It is 6 o'clock in the morning where she's at. It is 4 in the morning where I'm at. And I was like, just to accommodate times, my wife actually got mad at me. She's like, if you're going to record a podcast, we want breakfast. Because I make them breakfast in the morning. So there's Saturday mornings, I'll make pancakes, sausage, eggs, bacon. But for the last few weekends, I've been slacking off. I haven't made them breakfast.
Yeah, you better make them breakfast.
Yeah, so she was like, hey, man, you are dropping the ball. What's going on? I'm like, okay, then. So I'll record a podcast episode real early before you guys even wake up. And then I'll have time to make you guys breakfast. So she was like, okay, cool. No, also, every Saturday, my son and I have been going to the T-ball games, like the parks, and taking pictures of kids playing action shots. So by the time we leave, it's like at 8 in the morning. By the time we get back, it's noon. So yeah, there's no time to make breakfast. So
Busy, yeah.
yeah, so she's like, you better make breakfast. I'm like, all right, cool. Then last night, we were at my boy's band banquet. We didn't get home till like almost 10 o'clock. So I'm tired today. I need my coffee, but I can't drink it yet.
I have to have coffee.
How's the weather out there? I heard that side of town has been getting hit hard with tornadoes and everything.
I know it's bad lately, tornadoes and stuff here. It's okay, I guess. I mean, you get used to hearing it now. You know, a tornado in Cristobal, Texas.
Right.
You know, you heard. And then there was one in, I think, like Cypress, but outside of Houston, I think.
I heard since mid-April, we've had the states have had over 400 tornadoes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I listened to a podcast. It's a radio show, but it's podcast form out of Nashville, and they've been talking about the weather being bad, tornadoes, and it was like and I guess there's some kind of bug that's flying through. That's a lot of it. Not sure what bug they were talking about, but apparently people also like cook them and eat them, and I don't know if it's like some kind of like maybe like grasshopper type thing, but yeah, they were talking that was going to go through Nashville, and it was going to like they get everywhere in people's hair. They're just like a lot of it, so a lot of them. So not in your guys' town, huh?
Yeah, all I know is I was outside one day. What was it? Maybe a week ago or two. I don't know when it was. And because they still have those sirens, those old school sirens,
Right.
when there's a tornado warning, and I was outside, and you know, it just sucks because, you know, what are you gonna do with the animals when
Right.
the tornado hits?
How many animals altogether do you have?
You know,
Number?
Oh God, I want to say under 60.
Yeah, that's a lot of running around.
Yeah, so I mean, you don't know, you can't say, you know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
All I did was grab little boots and ran inside.
You know what? I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you if you had to run and grab one. I already knew the answer.
Yep. Little boots. Went, grabbed little boots, and went inside, and that's it. I mean,
Is Little Boots the picture you sent me?
he's yellow. He's a yellow silky
Is he
chicken.
yellow? This one looked like really. Is it? Yeah, it is yellow. Little with freaking hair up
Yeah.
top. Yeah, that's you
He's
have
the one that meets me.
and in the
Meets me
background
at the gate.
you see what, one, two, three, four, five other chickens.
Mm-hmm.
How do you keep up? Explain to us your day-to-day routine on
Oh
on
gosh.
working at a farm or owning a farm. Take that back.
Oh, I get up early. That's when you said, it's 6 o'clock. Okay, I'm like, I'm up early.
Yeah.
Like, there is no such thing as early for people who have animals. And Little Boots crows at 5, 6 in the morning, and he sleeps on the porch.
Really?
It doesn't bother me. So just get up, feed the chickens and the pigs and the geese, and let them all out because they all free range. I let them all out, and even the rams that we adopted, I let them out. And so I just go feed them, and they do their own thing. It's not that complicated. The only thing that makes it complicated is when you have to go buy all the feed and then unload it. So
Yeah, and I've seen a bag of what that looks like. So those
yeah,
can get
it's
heavy.
a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. So it's a lot of work sometimes when you're unloading it and doing it by yourself sometimes.
So
So,
I
but
think I saw one of your videos recently that said that you were talking about that's your full-time job, right?
take care of the farm.
You don't have a job, right? This is it.
No, I don't. I cannot be underneath anybody. No way.
No, that's good. I mean, so my question is because so how is it? How do you like make a living? Like what you sell the eggs or?
Well, I actually donate my eggs. So I donate my eggs. I give my eggs away. Um, I I have I guess how would you? I was well. My wife. She works. She's the post office. She, what
So
is she?
sh so she pretty then she takes care of you
She
guys.
provides. Yes,
So
yes. She takes care of us and stuff.
oh okay,
But yeah, she takes care of us and stuff. So she's the post office not
breadwinner.
manager.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, yeah. But you know,
so
I forgot what she is exactly.
in that case
All those
the farm is more of a hobby then.
Yeah.
Oh
I
okay,
was like, yeah. The farm is more of a hobby. It's more whenever if anybody listened to the first episode, whenever Grandpa died, I sacrificed 16, 17 years of my life to take care of them.
right,
And then, of course, he passed on whatever he left to me and the kids. So the farm was based off of everything he left us.
right, okay,
And so I made it a point to where I didn't want to keep slaving away in society's, way of having to work constantly day and night just to live a simple life.
right. To
You
work under
know,
the man.
exactly, yes. And for what? To keep paying taxes.
You know what?
Okay.
You know what? Speaking of that, it's funny. We got home last night. We checked the mail, and we saw a letter from the IRS.
Uh-huh.
And so it's funny you said that though. And we open it. My wife's reading it, and she's like, "How the do we owe IRS $3,000? Like it doesn't make any sense. Every year we do our
Mm-hmm.
taxes, we provide our W-2 forms. How is it that they so-called missed like $5,000 of our income tax? Like they missed the fact that I made $5,000 more on my. But how is that possible if we always file our W-2s? So she was all bummed out yesterday. She's like, "What is it? There's a lot of people out there doing tax fraud, and yet the people that are trying to live an honest living and trying to do right for society are the ones getting penalized." So
Yeah.
she was a little hurt yesterday. She was a little pissed off, and
Yeah, it is. It
so
is. It's sad.
so then
I,
kudos to you for not working for the man.
I know. I cannot stand the man, honestly. Like, I cannot. It's really just it just, I don't know. I cannot. I'm anti-man. Not like that.
No, no. No. As in the government.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
We're
It's
talking
Uncle
about the
Sam.
man. We
But
mean Uncle Sam.
yeah, yeah.
That's
And even when you get an inheritance, yeah, they do take out a lot of taxes. They say they don't, but they do.
I was talking to, I asked a couple people, I asked them for their advice on the 401k. So I have a nice amount in my 401k.
Uh-huh.
And so I was asking around. I'm like, hey, you know what? Times are crazy. This economy is
Yeah.
fucked. And I was asking a couple of people around, and they all said the same thing. Is that what's the point of pulling your money, your 401k out, if you worked so hard for all that money? If you take it out, they're gonna keep like 70% of it. I was like,
Yep.
what the fuck? So it's I guess I have to wait till I'm 59 and a half to get it out.
Yeah.
So
It's just the way the system is.
yeah, it's crazy. So you can really hear your buddies in the background waking up.
Yeah, they are. They're waking up. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, it's a trip. I mean, it is what it is. We always figure it out. We'll figure it. Well, it is what it is. I wonder if you can refile your taxes, because when we did our taxes this year, the lady that did our taxes, she asked us for everything, our bills, the rent, how much miles I drive in my car, everything. So I'm gonna reach out to her and see if that's possible, because she also did say that I should have been able to file my car when I first bought it. The guy that did my taxes for 2022 never asked me that, so I want to see if maybe I can refile or something, redo them again, and this time add the car and everything. I'll ask, see what
What kind of car
happens.
do you drive?
It's a 22 Camry.
Okay. I said if you had a hybrid, they give you a tax break.
It's a hybrid too. Yeah.
Yeah, they give you a tax break.
Yeah. So
That's
see,
crazy, huh?
I didn't know that. So
You didn't know? Yeah. Yeah.
so I'm hoping
Oh,
that if I reach out to the tax lady, she says, well, yeah, let's see if we can redo them, because this is BS that they missed that I made $5,000 extra. That's bullshit.
look, when IRS been sending me like a letter like every year since my grandfather died, and saying that they owe me money, and I was like, well, I don't want it. Like, I don't want your money. I don't want nothing to do with y'all. Like, leave me alone. But they keep bothering me. And finally, I had to fill out all the paperwork and stuff. And we'll see. I had to send it to my attorney and stuff. And I just don't trust them.
Yeah.
Because they say they're going to give you something, and they're real quick to be like, never mind, you owe us back.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
What's stupid is that the letter, the first thing it says on top, it says, this is not a bill, but we owe them $3,000. So how is this not a bill? That stupid letter didn't make sense. For a second, I thought it might have been spam, but she kept on reading it and reading it. She's like, no, it says we owe them $3,000. So we'll see what's up. We'll see what's up. Yeah, it's bullshit. So, you know, as podcasts, I mean, even though I have 114 episodes, every day I'm learning something new and how to do these podcasts. Like, it's more of we just have a free for all conversation and stuff. So I never really asked questions in the past. And on your last podcast episode, your appearance, there was stuff that you said that I didn't have a follow up question, because I felt like that wasn't the point of the story. The point was to get to your talking about your grandpa. And so you did, so I wrote some stuff down. I sent you some questions and maybe like kind of get an idea of what we're going to talk about today. So normally I ask to get to know the guest, and but I don't really do a good job at asking questions. So I'm going to start with you now today. How was your childhood?
My childhood. My childhood was a little all over the place. I say since I was the middle child, obviously.
Yeah.
Sorry for all you middle child kids out there.
There's a lot. I see the middle child syndrome is bad in some
Yeah,
cases.
it is. I feel sorry for y'all. So, for those parents who are listening, although even though they'll probably be like, no, that's not true. Yes, it is. I'm yeah, I was pretty much forgotten most of the time. Literally, I was forgotten once at the store.
You
And,
were literally forgotten.
yeah. And I don't know why I remember that time. I think I was like maybe 5, and they left me at the store, and I always can remember me running after the car. Always. It was
Wow.
yeah, it was in Kerrville, and it was this store. I wish I could remember the name of it. But you know when you just can see it, but you just can't
Yeah,
recall the
yeah,
name or
yeah.
something. But I could see myself running after my family, and I was like, my mom was like, well, I asked her older sister to count how many there was. I was like, well, obviously she missed me, you know. So that's how it feels to be the middle child, you know. You're forgotten all the time.
I thought I saw that in a movie once called Home Alone.
Yeah, basically.
We're gonna call
But
your
there's no.
story. We're gonna call your story Store Alone.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and most of the time you become the black sheep, the scapegoat. You know, everybody's that was around a lot on TikTok,
Yeah.
and I think it's been out more. People have been more open about it and talking about it, and I think that's real good that it's been more out in the open.
Yeah, there's a I feel like my son has that middle child syndrome,
Hmm.
and he's just like the world's against him. Uh, the other son is the favorite, and when it's not even like that, it's just like I've said it multiple times. I can be watching shit on TV, and the little one would sit down next to me and watch it. Hey, this is fun. This is cool. Like I was watching a couple months ago. I was watching Good Burger, and my wife said, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "That's good. This is such a stupid movie." And what are you watching? A Good Burger? And my kid sat right there next to me. He said, "Dad, apparently there's a part 2. Can we watch part 2 now?" The part 2 was just as bad. But he sat there and he watched it. So, like I said, I can watch something so dumb on TV and he'll sit there and watch it. The older one, which is who claims to be the middle child, won't. He'll walk by like, this is dumb, and he'll walk by. But I feel like he has a bad case of the middle child syndrome. Like, no, kid, no, please, no, you're not. Don't, because I've seen it. I've seen it in a family that the middle child has a really really bad case of the middle child syndrome. He's been pushing his family away. He's been like it's crazy. It is crazy. So I mean, I kudos to you.
I think at a certain different phases of being the middle child, and eventually it becomes a like your weapon of choice, and it becomes more of a I can't even think of that word, more of a good thing,
Right.
and you start, as long as you start, acknowledging the bad traits and letting go of those bad traits, and start, as long as you don't look at yourself as a victim, and embracing those, and then you start realizing like, hey, you know, you got this going for you, and this is why you're so different, and why you stand out more, and this is why you are. That's when they say you become the goat of the family.
Do the middle child, do they ever grow out of it? Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's when you become the goat.
yeah.
That's why I have a farm.
Yeah, because the individual that I'm speaking of, he is in his mid 30s, and case is like a 15-year-old. I was like, like, wow.
I, t- I take that back. Not all of us outgrow it.
Okay.
Not all of us. I'm gonna say not all of us, because there is where some people don't ever drop the label. I am technically not the black sheep anymore of the family. it's like a huge thing. Like it's like probably a total different conversation, but it's like once you leave your family,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm the middle child, the black sheep. When once you leave your family, somebody else becomes the black sheep
Oh, okay.
because you're not talked about anymore, you're not involved anymore. So somebody else becomes the black sheep because you're not part of the family basically. It's like you're not there anymore. So who
Right.
else are going to talk? Who else are they going to make a problem? You know what I
Gotcha.
mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes
So
sense.
yeah, because you're not there, so what are they going to talk about? They're not going to talk about you because you're not there.
Yeah.
so so somebody else becomes the problem, which was probably my older brother or somebody else. I don't know.
And
So
we tell my sons, we remind him, we tell him, kid, like, this is, and whenever we tell him something, he gets offended easily. So it's like, oh my God, okay. My wife's like, it's like
and,
walking on eggshells with this kid. I'm like, well, then do we want to piss him off or do we want to have a nice Saturday? Which one do we choose?
tough love, correction goes a long ways, even if they're mad.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
It's not easy.
give me your blessing, please.
Yeah. Because we are tough. We're very feisty. I think we're like, I probably the middle child has the most anger. You're like,
I
yeah.
100% believe it. If I can think of my own siblings, there's one of the middle child kid that, yeah, he has like a bad anger issue. Bad. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So okay, I
And as
believe you in
long
it.
as you could just change it and wrap it up into something else and take it out and use it as a good thing, then it gets better. But if you cannot and you still, stay stuck in there,
Yeah.
then yeah, you'll always be that middle child and that black sheep.
Yeah.
You'll still be stuck in all those labels.
Hopefully my son grows out of it because we actually talked to my youngest son and we told him, kid, you get under your brother's skin really easy. And you do it on purpose. So my wife's like, so as long as my son's grades, the youngest grades fluctuate,
Uh-huh.
we penalize him with no switch or no phone. So unless you can keep everything above a C, and so we told my wife's like, well, I mean, what else can we encourage this kid to leave his brother alone? So my wife told him, if you can go this long without getting under his skin, you will earn your phone or whatever the case would be.
Uh-huh.
And then so we were having dinner last night. We were talking about it, or the night before, and we were talking about. He brought up the whole, hey, mom. So I haven't got under his skin since Sunday, and like he's pleading his case, right? And
Yeah.
and then my wife's like, no, actually, the count started from Monday. So from Monday on, he's like, so I was good to him for no reason on Sunday.
That sounds like my youngest one. That sounds like my little one.
And so yeah, no, we told him he needs to stop getting under his skin. So it's been a peaceful household with two teenagers in this past week.
Good. That's
Yeah.
always a good thing.
So any other being left alone at one place or another place?
Oh no, I'm just, it made me, I was always just independent. So
Yeah.
as a young child and my childhood, I mean, I'm sure there were some good times there. I'm pretty sure, birthday parties and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I'm not going to lie. I am pretty sure I had some good times as a child, but other than that, I mean, I don't remember a whole lot.
I
So,
you know I the earliest memory that I have, apparently it's a memory. I always thought it was a nightmare. Was my mom getting off the bus and I'm walking
uh-huh.
right behind her and she's walking faster than I am and I have to be like also like maybe 3 or 4 years old. That is the oldest memory that I can think of. Um, is anyways. I forgot to start off. Your birthday was recently.
Yes, oh my gosh, I'm 40,
Happy
41.
birthday. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't look at birthdays anymore like that.
I
I
turned
just feel like it's just another year.
I turned 42 a few days before you turned 41. It's okay.
You I'm just like, oh, it's just another year. But you should have saw me the other day. I have a few grays now, like in front of my hair, and I got a permanent marker, and I'm like, with black. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to dye my hair now. So
Some women embrace the gray. I actually
I would embrace it more if it was all gray,
oh
like that real pretty silver gray. You know, I see some real pretty older women that have all silver hair and look all silvery, foxy, and then
yeah.
me, I get like 2 or 3 white pieces of hair in the weird places, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna get a permanent marker and just color it, my little strands in. So that's what
I
I
had
do.
a supervisor. I had a supervisor for the first like 3 years that I was in this side of town, and then I've had a new supervisor. I've had two different supervisors in the last like 2.5 years, and then one day we were doing something at a store, and the old supervisor showed up, and we were talking for a few minutes, just like, and out of nowhere he stops and he's like, "You're growing a lot of grays there, huh? In my beard." He said, "You're going." I'm like, "Dude, they've been there for years." Apparently, it's more noticeable now. I'm embracing it. It is what it is. I told my wife I'd rather have like a straight patch in the middle, just gray, like dark all around, but just gray right smack in the middle. And she's like, because ever since I saw the Man of Steel, Zod,
Uh-huh.
he had it right down the middle.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I've
My
been,
wife is all gray.
yeah.
She's all gray, yeah. And she's 36.
Oh. I
Yeah.
learned yesterday that's vitamin not taking enough vitamin C and vitamin other stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
there's
think it's
some.
a lot has to do with a lot of genetics.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be gray,
So
whatever.
at one point I had I heard you say, I don't, it wasn't on the podcast because I listened to it again, but you did roller skating,
Yeah, roller derby, yes.
roller derby. Isn't that where
Yes.
you guys in a circle and push each other
Yeah, we
and
hit each other. That's where it was part of releasing anger as a
so
middle child.
no,
No,
yeah, I mean that's
no, it's just part of. I like to do things. I like to try new things and just get it off the bucket list,
so
basically.
the roller skating or roller derby was a bucket
Roller
list.
derby. Yeah, I wanted to do it, and I did it for I think like 4 years, 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, we did. We traveled, went to Austin, did a few competitions there, here in San Angelo, with the whole, not just like we did flat track and the ramps. Forgot what they're called. I feel like it's been a while now.
How old were you when you got into roller derby?
Let me see. I think I was like 35,
Oh, so pretty recent.
36. Mm-hmm.
Wow. I thought
Yeah.
that was like in your 20s.
No, without you know what? When I first started roller derby, I didn't even know how to skate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I never even I've never owned a pair of roller skates in my entire life.
And one
And
day
I
you
was,
just said, fuck it, I'm doing it.
yeah, I was like, yep, I was like, the hell with it. You know, I never had a pair when I was young or when I was a child. I'm gonna let my inner child came out, and I'm like, I'm gonna treat her good, and I'm gonna try everything that I wanted to do. So, put on a pair of roller skates, and yeah,
That's
did roller
crazy.
derby.
For four, you did it for what, 5? You said 4 years?
Uh-huh.
Bumps,
Yeah.
bruises, broken arm, leg.
I've never broken anything. Now I've seen a lot
Wow.
of girls that have broken stuff, and it's not pretty. Because I was big on blocking, so I got hit a lot, which was fun. Because I'm pretty rough, so I like, and it didn't bother me one bit. But yeah, I think I sprained both of my knees at the same time once.
Ouch.
Yeah, and I had to ride home all the way home with my legs on the, which was not safe, straight on the dash because
Oh.
I could not bend them.
Oh,
I could
man.
not bend them at all, so I was out for like a week.
Oh, wow.
But that's about it. Maybe a twisted ankle here and there and stuff.
That's crazy. When you said that, maybe like in your 20s, when you were younger, before you were a mama. No
You know.
way.
And I was even doing roller skating inside like skate parks and
Yeah.
in the bowls and stuff, and
I
doing.
back in '08, I used to work for this company where we were running fiber optic cable through the poles and underground and stuff.
Uh huh.
And the warehouse was near this airport, and then there was a park across the street where like like hundreds of soccer fields. That's the way it looked like to me as a kid. But they had also a animal shelter, and behind the animal shelter they had a rink. Is it a rink?
Yes.
And they were roller derby once in a while. And as I'm driving by, I'm watching all these people freaking slam on each other and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn. That's the first time I got close to seeing a roller derby, but that was like 2008.
It's
But
fun.
I mean, would you ever do it again? I mean, you did it at 35 for what?
Oh yeah, there's girls that are older than me that do it. Yeah. It's fun. It's like this. It's this rush. It's kind of like wrestling with a pig. And I like that. I like that rush. I don't know what it is. I like that feeling. Just, I like getting in there and having my blood rushing and just like, I don't know. I don't know. It's that high.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I guess that middle child stuff. It goes all the way back to my
I
childhood.
guess. That's crazy.
So,
And
yeah,
then
it's a fun feeling.
and then you also said around that same time that you actually lost a lot of weight, right? Is it because of the derby or
No, when I started roller derby, I was like 230. I was at my heaviest when I started roller
oh,
derby.
wow. Uh-huh.
And I didn't start losing weight till maybe a year after roller derby or so. It started falling off little by little. Just, it was like falling off. It's because I wasn't eating right, obviously. I was eating a lot and roller skating because we went everywhere, and I was just enjoying myself. So, but yeah, I did lose a lot of weight eventually. And right now it's kind of like, I'm kind of stuck.
What got you on that path of weight loss?
Oh, I've always struggled since I was young. Obesity runs bad in our family, and most of my family is overweight. And so I was never taught, and it was like, finish all your food,
Yeah.
or you're going to get in trouble, all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
How we grew up, some of us. And so I don't know, it was just always emotional eating,
Oh,
overeating.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
And once I started taking care of my mental health and started figuring that out, I started learning how to eat better. And it took me, I think, like 2 years. I dropped like almost 100 pounds, and I've been keeping it off. I probably gained maybe like 10 pounds back, but it's been kind of consistent for the past 6 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Well,
it's been about
when I started coming across your TikTok videos and stuff, I didn't you would never assume that you were. I would have never assumed that at one point you were 230. So
yeah, I think my heaviest was 240.
Yeah.
There. But I guess I'm pretty tall. I'm 5'6". I look even taller, but I guess
with some of
carry
those
it well.
shoes you wear, yeah, you're definitely taller than 6 feet.
Yeah, I guess I carry it well. I don't know. So yeah, I mean, my big brother was probably like 400 or something, and my sister was like over 300. So obesity runs in the family.
Oh, the moment my scale said 285, I was like, what the fuck? Oh, hells no. And then
Yeah.
so lately, so I just went from like cold turkey, I guess we'll call it, and I dropped like 40 pounds like quick. And then I'd been stuck there for the longest, and so I started fasting, but I was fasting for like 20 hours, 22 hours, and I did it for a couple weeks, and then like I noticed that my weight is still in the same range, and I was like, what the hell? And people are telling me, dude, you're slimming down, but my scale don't say that. So
Yeah.
it's like, even my belt goes to the last hole and everything. It's like, again, but I'm more, and I guess that's what they say. Don't look at the scale because it discourages you. And then, so I told my wife, you know what? I think my body believes that I'm starving myself, so it's holding on to a bunch of that fat.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm gonna, instead of going 20 hours fasting, I'm just gonna go maybe 12, 14.
So change it up a little.
Yeah, and then you know
Yeah.
how they overnight you lose weight. So when I was doing 22-hour fasting, I'll wake up in the morning. I'm like, fuck, I only lost 2 pounds overnight. Bullshit. And now that I'm doing like the 12, 14-hour fasting, I'll wake up and I'm like, fuck yeah, 3 pounds. So it had to.
I have to. I have to look at the scale.
Yeah. The way I see it also for me, I know they say it discourages you, but I see it as, okay, I didn't fuck up this time. Okay, so I'm whatever I did yesterday is worked. Okay, cool. And then, oh man, maybe I shouldn't have had that cheeseburger because the fucking scale told me I had a cheeseburger.
Yeah. it gives you what's that? It gives you like if you mess up, then it's gonna let you know basically.
Nah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I see it as a,
Yeah.
oh shit, maybe I shouldn't
Accountability.
have accountability.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Because it's like usually my weight is usually like at 143. And so right now I'm at 153. And I've been stuck at 153 for the past year, 6 months to a year somewhere. And I'm just like, oh, and I cannot get away from there, especially, with my health. My health is like with my iron and everything. And, I have to get, those iron infusions constantly. And so it's just like I'm fighting with it. And so the scale helps me, even though it helps me stay at a certain range, because if it goes any higher, I will try to do something to be able to keep, work out more or stay more active or do something just to maintain my weight.
But it seems like your animals keep you pretty active.
Yeah, I don't work out anymore.
What are you talking about? I see you chasing little boots all the time.
Yeah. But my workout is the farm, and but it's not the same. I know it's not for me. Working out is consistently for at least 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Obviously, but that's my problem. I'm just not motivated anymore, which is not. It's not the same for me.
Yeah.
So, and it's probably because of my energy. Now, it seems like I have a lot of energy, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm always going. But it's nothing compared to what energy I had last year.
Or when you were 35 roller derbying and knocking some bitches on their ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was wrestling with some pigs, with my pigs, because we had to get their hoofs, trimmed. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I love doing stuff like that. That stuff excites me. I feel bad for them, but,
it's got to get done. It's got to get done.
Yeah, it has to get done.
They
don't like getting it done.
I have an account. Like when I say account, I'm a vendor. I'm a salesman. I have an account that I see on Fridays, and this account is like literally on the other side of the freeway, like from where I live at. So we live in an area where there's a lot of horses. So during summer, we get a lot of mosquitoes. We get a lot of flies. And TikTok honestly has been a good friend, and I'll get to that in a minute. But yesterday I was driving by these houses, and they had two big, nice horses outside. And they were changing his shoes right there, like in their driveway. And curiosity hit, and I was like, why do horses wear shoes? So why do they have to put them on? If they're, God's creatures, why do they need man's help to survive?
Mm-hmm.
And I Googled it. When I parked,
You're like,
I Googled it and it said, because it ruins it worns down their, kind of like car tires or whatever. It worns out their I guess that foot part of their So I was like, okay, well that makes well how do they survive? And then again, follow up question:
wild.
How do they survive in
horses.
the How do they survive in the wild when there was no man or there is so? Wouldn't they be extinct? I'm telling you, multiple questions. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. We went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So also with the mosquitoes and the flies, like I said, TikTok's been a good friend of mine lately. So we get a lot of flies, we get a lot of mosquitoes and stuff. So I learned through TikTok that incense not kill them, it scares them off.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought like these really long 4 hour incense. So
4 hours.
yeah, so the weekend of my birthday, my wife's like, just invite some friends, we'll just make some burgers and call it a day. So I put an incense outside in the front yard and it burned for like 4 hours. People were out there. They didn't leave until the last person didn't leave until after 7 o'clock. Not one person complained about being hit by a mosquito. Not one person. Then I also learned on TikTok that pine sol, the smell of pine sol, the flies don't like it.
No.
So my dog, the husky, they've been just on his ear bad. I felt so bad. And I'm like, I put that goo on his ear, like the one that I bought at Petco. It's like this little like petroleum jelly, I guess, type thing you put on his ear, and they were eating it. They didn't give a fuck that he had this stuff on his ear. They didn't care. So I learned the pine sol trick, and I've been spraying pine sol all around the house.
You're on pine sol.
Dude, not
No
one.
wonder why.
No, his ears went from pitch black to pink again. You can start seeing his skin again. Yeah, there not one fly on him. And then yesterday I kind of saw one or two flies lingering around, so I went and got the pine sol and I started spraying it all over the property. And not even in here, there's not one fly, not one mosquito. And we've been living here for 7 years, and I barely learned the pine sol trick.
You're gonna be the dad walking around baseball
Right.
fields instead with a bottle of pine
Right.
sol instead of Windex. Hey, ponte pine sol.
Right? I'm gonna start walking down the block, up and down the block. The neighbors are gonna be like, "What the fuck's this guy doing? Do you want flies or not?" It worked. It worked. Not one mosquito got hit. And
You have to try that.
And my dog's ears are being left the hell alone. So, like I said, when I see a fly or two lingering around, spray it, and because they roam the backyard. The dog's the whole backyard is pretty much the dogs. So where they spend most of their time is where it accumulates a lot of flies, and that's where they have their food bowl, their water bowl. I got them one of those water bowls. Again, TikTok. I got them one of the water bowls that you drill to the wall, and you can attach the water hose to it, so it fills it up, kind of like a toilet. The moment it feels like it, The only thing I didn't know is that like maybe after a week and a half, it starts to build up algae. So once I start seeing that, I have their own special sponge for them, and I only for them, obviously for the dog bowl, and I scrub it and I clean it out. Yeah, exactly. And I heard vinegar also does a good job at killing the algae. But I'm not sure if dogs are supposed to drink that. I don't want to. I've never wanted to mix it. No,
vinegar's fine. It's not going to hurt them.
Oh, okay. So I was like, I don't know. So I just keep scrubbing it every week. So TikTok made me do it.
Yeah, they have good tips there.
Yeah. So my wife's like, because I was pissed. I'm like, Max's ears are bad. They're as black as my shirt. What the fuck? And she was like, well, go on TikTok and type it up, dogs, flies, and people with their different remedies. And so I'm like, the pine sol. I'm gonna try the pine sol because we have pine sol in the house. Fucking worked.
I'm telling you,
it worked. So besides TikTok and pine sol, I don't think I asked you last time. How did you meet your wife? How did that come about?
roller derby.
Oh, okay. Is she one of the girls that you knocked on her ass, or?
No, well, she was actually just a regular mail carrier then.
Okay.
And she was doing, I think she was doing like an article about roller derby or something.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. So she wanted to try it, and she participated, and then we became good friends, and then that's it. The story.
That's it. That's it.
That's it. We just hit it off, and now she's a postmaster. She has her own little post office now.
Yeah. I think you mentioned that last time, but like I guess she was traveling the States, or she was in like different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She'll travel and stuff, and now she has her own office.
So she's local now?
She's she's about 2 hours from here. She's in Ozona now.
Ouch, how's
So
that drive? Is it everyday drive or? Oh,
yeah, every
what?
day drive.
No shit.
Mhm.
That's a 4 hour, two there and two back.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's about
Damn.
an hour and a half or so. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. But she just
But
gets there and stays there, right?
yes. Uh-huh.
Okay.
She don't have to go anywhere. And it's a small office, and I mean, it's what she wants to do. So
So you said so you live in Texas and this is in Arizona?
no, Ozona.
Ozona?
Ozona. Yeah.
Is that
It's a small town outside of San Angelo.
okay? So it's still in. Okay, I heard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I heard.
Oh,
My
you're funny.
brother's. My,
It sounds like Arizona.
yeah, my brother's gonna
Ozona.
correct
It's
me. He's
part
like,
of Arizona.
my brother's gonna correct me, dude. It's Ozona, bro. Yeah.
It's part of Arizona. It's Ozona.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that's it's an hour and I mean, I used to drive an hour and a half myself to get to work, and then the drive back with traffic was horrible.
Yeah.
So,
I
like,
can't do that.
yeah, right, yeah, no. So, like, yesterday on Friday, I was talking to one of the coworkers. I said, "What's up, man? What store are you going to last?" "Oh, the one that's in the farms with the horses and stuff." He said, "Why'd you pick that one? It's the farthest because once I clock out, I jump on the 60, then at 6:05, and I'm home in 5 minutes." Yeah, I don't miss those drives. I mean, kudos to her.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's a drive.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
just like staying home.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, hey, if you guys can afford it, I mean, like I
Yep.
said, you don't want to work for the man, more
No.
power to you. Cool. Let's see here. Oh, how's the book going?
I've been writing still, and even though like I said, I don't like working for anybody.
Yeah,
I don't like being, I don't like being tied to like, I guess like deadlines and stuff like that.
right.
And so when you're a writer, you write spontaneously and how you feel. And so I've been writing on my laptop. I'm writing different things. I've been writing a lot of dark poetry.
Oh,
I don't know if people are ready for that. Because when you write, people always assume like, it's like they're going through it right now or something's wrong with this person, but writing is always about not just about the person, but it's
yeah.
just about how you view certain things or just about what's going on around the world, or you know what I mean?
You know,
So,
I can't believe that I'm going to use Taylor Swift as an example. I can't believe I'm going there. I can't believe I'm going there. So some people are kind of giving her shit because she made that one song towards Kim Kardashian, and they're saying this happened years ago. Why isn't she still letting it go? And I can't believe that I came to her defense. Her album is called The Poet's Something. So she writes poems. The song,
uh-huh,
this album is based on poems that she's been writing throughout her years.
uh-huh,
So because she made this song, it doesn't mean that she just wrote it now. This is
yeah,
something that she wrote down maybe when when all this shit was going down with Kim and Kanye, that now she released it. There's an artist that I think it's Olivia Rodrigo. They was talking about that she has music that she's been holding on for like 10 years. The kid's only like 18, 19. So that means that she was writing songs at 10 years old. Like there's people write shit and they hold on to it. Like
yeah.
just because you're writing all this dark stuff doesn't mean you're
Uh-huh.
going through that right now.
Yeah, I've been writing since I was 15, 14.
Yeah.
I've written poems to my mom when I was like 8 or 9. So I've been writing for a long time. I've wrote, I don't know how many poems.
You think that has something to do with being the middle child, that you just kind
I
of get
think
your
it's
stuff?
another coping, yeah, but it's also another healthy coping mechanism to release, you know, whatever that's inside, and it's good. It's something good that you could do.
Right.
So, and I like to write.
No, that's good.
Yeah, I like to journal and I like to write poetry, and it's something that it's a good hobby, kind of like the
Yeah.
farm. It's a good hobby.
Hey, my brother recently told me we're supposed to have three hobbies. I don't know if I said it in the last podcast episode, so I'm sorry, people, if I'm repeating myself. Three hobbies. Every person needs to have three hobbies. One hobby that's going to keep them mentally stable, or
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
so my brother's like, to you, it's your podcast. You need one hobby that's going to keep you active. To me,
Healthy.
my bike, I use my bikes. So you, in your case, is you write to keep you
Uh-huh.
mentally here.
Uh-huh.
You have your farm to keep you active,
Yes.
and he said the third one is one that's gonna make you money. So my photography has been making me a little bit of money recently, and in your case, you could sell those eggs.
I could, you know what? I could sell eggs. I could, sell my writing, I mean, I sell my books are online, and I have revenue on there that I don't even look, and I haven't even cashed out yet. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So your
Yeah.
writing is helping you make money.
Yeah, but yeah, but I mean, like, to me, it's like, I guess it's just like the simple things in life for me.
I see you as one of those persons that in your mind, no disrespect
Oh,
or
no,
anything
you're
like
fine.
that. In your mind, you're walking through life going in your mind, like,
Yeah. In my mind, it's like I've succeeded a lot in my life. I've already done, like, got my bachelor's degree. Okay, whatever. I don't care. And people look at, like, some people aren't able to do that and blah blah blah. Yeah, well, some people just look at things the wrong way because I just don't look at life that way anymore. I've
right,
learned that it's not the titles that don't mean anything.
right,
It's not how much money you have that don't mean anything either, you know? And it's not what you have that don't mean anything either. Like, I'm just not attached to things or people like that.
right,
So it's like, it's just, I don't know, it's just different now.
yeah,
And so making money, and I mean, you got to make enough money to be able to have a good life,
yeah.
to support your family and not struggle and, all that stuff.
I had my compadre, my daughter's godfather. He recently told me, he said, I gotta be more like you, dude. And I was like, what do you mean? It's like, you pay your bills, you make sure there's like your bills are covered, your car has gas to take you to work for 2 weeks, and then you say, I got $5 to my name. Ooh, like,
Yeah.
it is what it
And
is.
that's okay.
And yeah, and he was like, I have to start thinking like that, because it's like with me, he's like, he feels like if his bank account is empty, he's broke. He's like, you can have $5 in your account, and you're like, whoop, like same thing. I
Yeah.
mean, is what it is, because like my son, he wanted to look at his bank account the other day, and he was like, I had just gotten paid, and he saw my numbers, and my amount, and he's like, didn't Dad just get paid? He's asking my wife, didn't Dad just get paid? And she's like, yeah. I thought he makes more money than you. He does. Why does he only have that much? And she was like, well, the electricity, the water,
Yeah.
the rent, the trash.
Mm-hmm.
He pays for all that. He feel, and because she tries to help me with some of the bills, and I don't let her. The only bill she pays is part of the rent and the phone bills, and everything else, groceries, she does. And so he was like, but that's crazy. He's like, nope, your dad feels that he needs to be the one to pay every single bill, and that's what he's left with. And then he was like, damn, is that why when we go out and eat, you pay for it? And she goes, yeah. He keeps a roof over our head, and I feed us. So he was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, he was tripping out on that number on my bank account. It's like, he just got paid. Like,
They
And
don't
I
realize how much it costs.
and I don't, like I
It's
said,
expensive.
I can, as long as the bills are paid, I can be left with, like I said, $5 in the account, and I'm okay. Let's go. We got 2 more weeks for another paycheck, and let's go. The car
Yeah.
has gas. Everyone's there's a roof over everybody's head. Let's go. Next.
Yeah, that's the way I think. It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm
Yeah.
just thankful that, our mortgage is, our mortgage is paid and our cars are paid. And, it's just, I don't know. I think the overspend, when you start living a simple life, you stop overspending. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And overthinking and just, I don't know. It's just, I like spending my time with my chickens.
A little boots.
That's it.
The-
Like, I'm happy here. Like, I
Yeah.
don't even want to go vacations or anything. And she does. I don't. I'm like, I'm cool here. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is my little piece of heaven, and I'm happy.
Right.
So,
No, that's good. That's good. Let's see here. What else did I write down? I guess we can talk about this stuff. Um, you said that at one point, like, you stopped talking to your family. You, like, the family kind of broke. That's why I wrote it down
yeah,
as
yeah,
me.
we're still not talking.
Really?
It's been what? What did I say last time?
I think you said a
Um,
few years already.
I say it's been 6 years. Okay, yeah, it's been 6 years. And I think since we last talked, I lost my brother to suicide, which was my older brother.
Oh wow.
So,
I did I
remember,
did I did notice on your TikTok page that you have some kind of, like, suicide awareness link or suicide
yes,
something.
uh-huh, yeah, because I lost my dad to suicide, and then an uncle to suicide, and then I think a cousin, and
Oh
then
wow.
it runs rapid through my family. So, and then my brother, and which was just last year of October, I think.
Let me see, because I think you and I spoke. I know we spoke on, well, episode 97, but I'm not sure. I know I take long podcast breaks, so some people are
Oh,
like,
that's
"Dude, you got
okay.
to be more on top of it, dude." I'm like, "No, it's okay." We actually, oh wow, no. So we spoke in July of 2023. So he
July.
passed away a few months later.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
wow. So no, we didn't touch
October.
on that.
No.
What, just life?
I don't, I actually, when he passed, didn't talk to any of my family.
Oh,
So I
okay.
don't,
So you just
yeah.
you just
So,
got the word, and that's about it.
yeah, I don't know exactly how, when, where, all that stuff. And
That's
I didn't go over there. I went and got my own closure.
yeah,
So, but I didn't go see none of my family. I didn't want to be those type of people who, because I haven't spoken to him in years either.
yeah.
And I don't want to be like, oh, one of those people like, hey, everybody goes to the funeral when somebody dies.
Right. You know what's funny? What's funny is when my grandma passed away. We took a group photo, and my compadre said the same thing. It's like, dude, what was the point of taking that photo? Like, only people only do that when they're at funerals and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I told him, but in my case, this is the
Hmm.
first time ever that I had 7 siblings together in one
Together.
room at the same time. So,
For the last time.
and exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And then even in that picture, there was 7 of us. There were still 5 missing.
Dang, how
So
many siblings do you have?
my mom, my mom had 12 of us. My mom
Lord.
had
I
12 of
think that's how
us.
much my mom has
And
too.
honestly,
Seven siblings.
I would have rather been the middle child than the oldest. So
Yeah.
the oldest got the beat downs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, I get what you're saying about that, because yeah, no, people do. It's funny. I made a joke one day. No, it's not funny, but it's funny to me. But I told one of the uncles, okay, dude, I guess I'll see you at the next funeral.
I mean, it is true. That's how realistic I am. People don't like to hear it, but it's true. And I mean, I'm not going to be there, obviously.
Right.
But I went and did have my own. I had my own closure, and it took me a while because I feel like you know he was probably the maybe the black sheep once I left,
Right.
or I mean, he had to have gone through some tough stuff to take his own life to feel
Right.
like he didn't have anybody else to talk to. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, my family's they're pretty harsh sometimes to make you feel like unwanted or you're not important or, make you feel invisible even though you're there.
Yeah, that
So for him
sucks.
to take his life, that's, and I made them, I let them know. I was like, yeah, we know what happened. I go, y'all made him feel like shit.
Yeah.
So, you know, so that's exactly why I'm not over there.
Right.
And I have yet to talk to them.
Honestly, like like me, for example, I know I still struggle with it sometimes. Like I do miss my siblings and stuff, but I don't miss the BS. I don't miss the drama.
Yeah, I don't. I
I'm
don't.
like, I think the last time I finally said enough, I sat right here, right where this wall is at, and I cried it out. And I said, what made me realize that I was done was when my kids came into the garage because they knew that I was hurt. They
Yeah.
came in the garage and they saw me crying. And again, I make myself promises that I'm not gonna break. So I told myself never again. I'm not gonna allow these people to continue to hurt me. It
Hmm.
is what it is. I'm
Yeah.
done. My kids saw me crying for one too many times. So I mean, I'm still struggling with that. I mean, yeah, I wish I had more of my brothers in my life, but hey, man, if I see blue, they see black. I'm gonna keep chucking blue because I don't want to. I'm tired. I'm fucking 42 years old. I don't need to be
Yeah.
putting, yesterday at my you know how they say sometimes that there's friends are considered more family than your own family.
Hmm.
And we were hanging out with what they call these band boosters, that they call them the band booster parents. And I'm having a blast with these guys. And I tell one of the guys' name is George, and I told George, "You're only king because you're here, bro." Only king because you're here, dude. And there was this game. They had this game where they tied one of those big marshmallows on a string
Uh-huh.
and threw it over this pole, right? So it's hanging, it's dangling, and you have to catch it with your mouth and chew it and eat it. Whoever can eat the marshmallow first wins the game. And I struggled for a few seconds, and I finally caught it. But I had before the game started, I told George, "You're not my friend right now, bro. You're the enemy. Like we're gonna get this going." So I mean, I have like the day we had a barbecue here at the house for my birthday. It was mainly friends. It was mainly
Yeah.
friends who showed up, and it's like I know my brother. Like, a few of my brothers said, "Hey, dude, we can't make it." One of them's in Texas, and the other ones are like, "Hey, man, they changed my schedule, and and they don't worry about it. Like, I do not call out on my behalf. It's all good."
Yeah.
But the people that showed up made it memorable and a good time. So sometimes family isn't always the best.
No, it's not. And sometimes I'm like, should I call or but I just know that it's not ever gonna turn. It's like constantly calling that last, I would say ex, but my ex is always around because we have kids and stuff. But trying to work out that relationship again, and
Yeah,
it ain't gonna work.
yeah,
you know, so
yeah.
it's just not.
The if you can, if you have, can you see yourself on your phone? Like,
A little bit.
no, no, no.
The
Go back
sun
to
is
where you
like,
were. Go back to where you were. As a photographer, I suggest you screenshot that right now because that sun in the background,
the
everything.
sun.
Yeah, that is a nice photo right there. She paused me.
Oh, hold on.
There it
Okay,
is.
hold
It
on.
looked like it
I
flickered.
don't.
That's a screenshot.
I think so. Hey, lets you know that I don't know how to screenshot.
I've been so okay. So again, she is in Texas. It is a lot brighter in Texas than it is in California, and I've seen that sun go from one end to the other. And right now, that just the way you can see Stepheny and the sun and the light, everything. That is a perfect screenshot right there. That's her new wall. That's her wife's new wallpaper, pretty much.
And I have chickens and pigs on my wallpaper.
Oh, you can. You can hear them in the background for sure. You can tell you live on a farm.
Oh yeah, the sun's up already. Huh?
Yeah.
Right,
I'm telling you, I've seen multiple. I've seen you go from your dark colors, your hair color, everything to now just like this glow of a sun. You can see orange in your hair.
It's like brown or black.
Yeah, right here it's still dark outside. It's still dark. It's barely 5 a.m. here. It should be coming. The sun should be coming up in about an hour. Anyways,
you know what? I've been having this crazy thought though of, I don't know why, of probably writing my mom or them and like just letting them know that I still love them or something. But that's about it.
You know what I thought?
But I don't know.
You know what? I almost text my mom Happy Mother's Day. But I caught myself because the last time I wished her Happy Mother's Day, I felt like it only bit me in the ass. And so I really, to me, and again, I've already said so much. I've already talked about whatever my problems with her are and everything. But in my eyes, I don't feel she deserves a Mother's Day from me. Maybe I'm not going to say she doesn't deserve a Mother's Day. Probably from the kids, my siblings that live with her, or the ones that she treats better, or the ones she talks to on a daily basis.
Yeah, the one that,
Yeah, but from me personally, I don't feel I need to give her that. I don't think she's earned that from me. Because when I did give it to her back in Mother's Day, and hey, look, I remember Mother's Day 2018, I wished her a Happy Mother's Day. And I feel like it bit me in the ass.
Yeah.
Now,
all the time.
So the person that I felt the most deserved that Mother's Day, and I would do anything for, is my mother-in-law. This lady who my boys aren't even blood related. She treats them like her own. She will go out of her way for the boys. She'll do whatever she has to do. Grandma duties. When their own biological grandmas, and I'm saying both, biological grandmas don't even ask for them. She made a face like pointing to herself. For those of you who didn't see. So no, I don't. You know what? The only thing she gets from me is on her birthday. I'll wish her happy birthday, and that's about it. That's it. That's the most she'll get from me. And a lot of these people, like even my baby's mama, she wished me a happy birthday. Okay, cool. Thank you for that. I didn't wish her happy Mother's Day because in my eyes, I don't feel she earns it. You know, mother.
No, not my mom. No Mother's Day here.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about it, but I've been thinking about it for the past year. But I know myself that how it's not. I mean, I don't expect anything back from her.
Yeah.
Just I feel like not to clear my conscience because there's nothing there because I know I didn't do anything wrong. I mean, I know there's some things as a kid or whatever, but I'm just a kid, you know.
Yeah.
But just to let her know that even though she was a shitty mom, you know, I still love her, but I don't think there will ever be a relationship ever.
Yeah, same here. Like I feel like I want to reach out to her because I guess that wanting to reach out to her means that that's still my mom, you know, and
you're still human. Like you actually have feelings.
Yeah, I still have like, all right, well,
you have that little bitty heart.
Yeah, it's not that black after all.
Yeah.
My wife got a dress yesterday. She wore a dress yesterday. It was black, and then the boys automatically say the same thing. Dad, look, Dad, that dress is black like your heart.
Oh, I get that all the time. I get that all the time.
I believe I told you last podcast episode you were on that I'm like, shit, you and I could be related.
Like I'm not that cold-hearted.
Yeah, no, they're like, or my boy says, like your soul. I'm like, fuck, guys, damn.
Uh-huh.
No, I mean, like I said, a little bit. There's 1% that wants me to reach out. You know,
Yeah, there you go. About 1%.
1%, but the other 99% are beating the shit out of that 1% because
Yeah.
because that 1% is probably
Knocking some sense.
the middle percent. You know, the middle child is that 1%.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, like my wife just reminds me all the time, and my wife's a good person, no matter how much people do her dirty or whatever. Like I mean, like my wife was my mom's target for a couple of years, and my wife did nothing to her. And my
Yeah.
wife till this day does ask me, Andy, what's gonna happen? Like my brother's pushing for us to try to, you know, all try to start talking again. And my wife is like, and even the boys are like, if you decide to go to your mom's house, do we have to go with you? And no. Baby steps, baby steps.
Yeah.
You know, let me, test the water first.
Yeah.
And my wife does remind me all the time, Andy, before it's too late, because what's gonna happen when you get that phone call? How are you gonna take it? Because we all know that deep down inside, you want your mom's love. So once she passes, you're never gonna get that back.
Yeah.
So I was
So
like,
you got to prepare yourself
Yeah.
mentally. Like, if you're not going to talk to her right now, and if something bad happens, are you going to be okay with
Yeah.
yourself? So that's what you have to prepare yourself. So, like,
Yeah.
when my brother passed, was I okay? Because I didn't have that relationship with them. And yes, I was. I was okay.
right,
I was okay with the fact that we weren't talking, and yes, he passed. I have no regrets, because that's just the way life is.
right,
You don't know what's going to happen, and you can't have regrets or hold on to that,
Yeah.
because you don't know what's going to happen. So, like, if anything was to ever happen to any of my other brothers and sisters, or to my mom,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So I have been mentally prepared if anything was to happen.
Right.
So when that happened, my best friend called, and I think she was crying, more in shock than I was.
yeah,
But whenever you get news like that, and you're so used to hearing bad news, you don't really have an emotion to it right away.
yeah. It's like, another one. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So whenever she told me about my brother, I was like, oh, okay. Well, it didn't hit till like the next day.
Yeah.
Like, oh crap.
Well,
like, what really.
one of my youngest brother, he's one of the middle ones, and he passed away, like, sadly, like 4 months before my grandma did. And it didn't hit me at all.
Yeah.
It was until I went to go visit him in his grave. I like to go to his grave and put flowers on
Yeah.
his grave, that
And
I
it hits
started
you.
crying. And I text my brother who grew up with him, because 3 of my brothers were raised by my grandma. They were raised in
Yeah.
Texas, so they grew up together. So I reached out to him. I reached out to my brother Danny, and I was like, dude, holy shit, I'm a fucking mess. And he was like, you see, when I go and see him too. So it's like, I mean, for someone who didn't even grow up with him, but knowing that that's still my brother,
Yeah.
it didn't hit me when he died, but it hit me when I went to go visit him. Like, what the fuck? That was the first time I saw him. Like, I went to go visit him. After that, ever since then, I'm fine. But yeah, that very first time going to his gravesite, that was just like a fucking mess.
You're like,
Yeah.
you're like, I have feelings. I'm
Yeah.
crying.
And that's the running joke in the family. The kids are like, Dad has a heart. Dad
That's
has
what
a
my kids are
heart.
sometimes.
So I was gonna ask you. I don't think I asked you last time. So you said your dad passed away like on your birthday or he birthday
Uh-huh,
weekend.
Yes, on Mother's Day weekend.
How old were you when that happened?
I was turning 6.
So you were little.
Yeah, but I remember everything on that day.
Well, the microphone's all yours.
Did I talk about that?
No, you did say. So you talked about on the last episode about how your birthday weekend's always been blah, because your grandpa passed away on your birthday weekend, your father passed away on your birthday weekend,
Yeah.
but we didn't. But because again, my mentality was get to the
with
main
grandpa?
topic. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't for you to open up those dark secrets and nothing like that. So this is kind of like this is the follow up podcast to you.
Let's talk about the deep cheese.
Yeah.
No. um, let's see.
6 years old, huh?
Yes, I was 6. He passed away May 10th. My birthday's May 8th. So I celebrated my birthday for the longest time on May 10th, not knowing that was the day my dad died.
Is that just a number that stuck in your head for a long time?
Yes. And I think it stuck in my mom's head too, because I celebrated all the way till I was like 13,
Okay.
14. So I had no idea that my birthday was May 8th. Yeah, I'm like, Mom, and then plus somewhere along the way they lost my birth certificate, and it's a big old mess.
Damn, you're really the middle child. Damn.
I'm telling you.
I already know what the podcast name is. The Middle Child.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was just completely just forgotten.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they were having a party at my dad's grandma's house, I want to say, and it was like a birthday. It was like Mother's Day, birthday, all of it,
Yeah.
And it was more of a. I could remember hearing like gunshots and stuff, because it wasn't just him taking his life. He had not run across the street, but it was like catty cornered down. It seemed like it was across the street, but I'm pretty sure it's further.
Mm-hmm.
But he had shot 2 guys.
Oh no.
And he had killed 2 guys. And one guy was an innocent bystander. And if you were to see my dad, you're like, oh my gosh, he looks like this big macho guy, and he's like this big muscular guy that you would never think of.
Yeah.
And so he killed those 2 guys, and then I remember seeing my mom fainting, and then of course you always got the tia slapping the other one. You remember? Yeah. Always. Yeah. And so I remember that, but I could always hear the gunshots, and then I think someone took us away, and then later on remembering that my dad had killed himself behind the apartments where we were living at. So there's it was, of course, double homicide. Suicide or something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's why, yeah. So it was crazy on that weekend. And then, of course, we weren't allowed to go to his funeral, and the cops, because it was, of course, threatened by bombs and stuff by gang members. And
was he a gang member? Or?
We weren't told a lot of things, So I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't know about my dad.
Oh, wow.
And so, but we weren't allowed to go to his funeral.
Wow.
And we had to move out of that town. And we ended up in Kerrville.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there's deep secrets in there that
no. Do you feel that his passing made, how did you cope with that, or were you too young? I mean, was therapy involved, or? I
think I coped with that I had a lot of anger, and I was always fighting everybody.
Oh yeah, you're in that middle child syndrome.
Yeah. I got in a lot of fights. And of course, my mom never talked about it, really. She never talked to us about it. Like it never even existed. So I think I went to therapy when I was younger. Because of the middle child, of course, because of me.
Right.
The whole family had to go to therapy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The whole family, including my mom, had to go to therapy because of me. But obviously, down to the root of it was because, of losing my dad and being in all that trauma. And, that's the whole reason why. It wasn't because I was a troublemaker. It was because of everything that had happened to me.
Right.
And even to my brothers and sisters. So that was the whole root of the problem. But my mom just didn't want to, unravel the truth of what really happened.
Right.
So, and I think that's why she probably doesn't like me very much.
I
Because
mean,
I'm always looking for the truth.
right, and I think that's the same thing here. It's like I've been wanting certain answers to be answered, and I'm not getting those answers. Like, shit, one day I even told her, I was in my 20s crying to her. I'm like, shit, what did I do as a kid for you to hate me so much? Do I owe you money? What the fuck is it? So
Yeah.
and I feel like I'm the one that's the most outspoken one, and
Yep.
kind of won't keep my mouth shut, and that makes me the enemy. But it is what it is, whatever.
Yep. That's how I've always been, and I think she just resents me for it.
I mean, even in this family, my my wife's family is like, I'm the asshole. I'm the oh yeah, yeah. The sun is right in that window, and I couldn't see you for shit.
I know. It's like right there.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm the outspoken one of the family. I'm the so I consider myself the asshole of the family. So
Yeah. It is what it is.
yeah,
And that's
I've been through so much shit, and so much shit in life, that I don't tolerate people's bullshit anymore. And like for
yep.
example, yesterday my wife's like, they gave us at the banquet some kind of pasta, but it was like a sweet pasta, and like to me I was like, you know, and then she was like, I don't like it. So I whispered in her ear, my next time I'm gonna take you to eat at the Salvation Army or the Rescue Mission, so you can tell me which food is trash, this one or the one from the Rescue Mission. Because I told her one day, I'm like, man, your mom spoiled you guys, man. You guys have no idea what bad
No,
food is. No idea what bad food really is until
No.
you go and have it. So, no, to me, I was like,
Yeah,
and
that
she's
was
like,
it.
I can't have this. You want it? I'm like, fuck it, shoot, let's go. I'm not going to let it go waste. Let's go.
My kids don't either. They have no idea. Have no idea. I'm like, shoot, we used to sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
I like sleeping on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, I like sleeping on the floor.
Yeah.
I
No,
have
my
no
my,
idea
my
what it
brother
is.
my brother stayed here with us for like 2 years. A different brother, the middle child actually. He stayed with us, and I actually, when I cleaned this room out, because you're the first guest via Facebook or FaceTime in the
Uh-huh.
new like podcast studio.
Yeah, I
So
noticed it.
yeah, so it's a whole new room and everything. That the sofa that my brother slept on for 2 years is out there. I'm throwing that away, because he grew up being the child that slept on the sofa. So to him, he can only sleep on a sofa. I offered him a bed, and he got offended. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'm just trying to make it comfortable, dude. He's, no, I like my sofa. Well, he slept on that sofa for too long that I'm not even gonna sanitize it. I'm just gonna throw it away.
Yeah, it probably has like a human.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. So no, I slept on the floor too. I know what it's like sleeping on the floor, and there's times where my back is killing me, so I'll just go lay on the floor, and I'm laying there for like 10 minutes. My wife comes out, and she's like, "Fuck, you look comfortable." I'm like, "You have no idea how comfortable this is right now."
Yeah.
I think one day I was laying on the porch. I cut the grass in the front yard, and I just laid on the porch. The cement was so cold on my face and my legs and my arms. I just lay there. It's like, I mean, you have no idea how comfortable this is. She goes, "You're on crack." I'm like, "No, this is so fucking comfortable."
Yeah, I do that in the carport, and me and little Boots go lay down over there.
I've seen your videos. I've seen your
Yeah.
videos.
Mommy and little Boots go lay down over there.
Yeah.
He'll attack everybody else, but not me.
Yeah,
He hates everybody else.
that's crazy. Yeah, that I'm telling you, I'm tripping out on that chicken. You sent me that picture of Little Boots. It's like,
He's so cute.
I don't know, man. This is like something Disney drew for a movie.
Yeah, he's so cute. I mean, all these animals, they're just attached to me.
Yeah.
And I have like a sixth sense for them.
So, you stated that you're just going on this, like, what do you call it? Like a peace journey, like take care of yourself type journey. What was the word you used? I'm sure you said it at one
A
point.
spiritual journey?
Yeah, there it is. Spiritual journey.
Yeah, I would say that. More of a, I just don't like to be stressed. I don't want to carry people's burdens. I want to be less stressed. I want to focus more on what's around me and on what's going around me.
Mm-hmm.
like what's here in the now. And even though, things might not always be perfect, you know what I mean? And I guess you just get so tired of going through so much stress in your life and like the whole overthinking. And I'm just so done with it. Like, I'm just don't even try to overthink anymore. I'm just living in the moment and enjoying what I have here. And I spend a lot of time in nature. Like, I'm always outside.
Yeah.
Like, always. And I'm always trying to just be more. I don't watch TV. Like, I don't watch no TV.
No, that's good.
And I don't watch, and there's nothing wrong with it, it just doesn't intrigue me anymore. And I'll watch some movies. I think I watched a good movie last night. What was it? A Million Miles Away.
Mm-hmm.
You need to watch it. It's actually really good.
Is it gonna make me cry? Because I don't want to watch it.
Well, it might make you cry. And you see, and the reason why I kind of don't like watching it, because I don't like depressing movies, and but it has a good meaning. It's about a migrant worker, and it's actually based on a true story.
Okay, those are gonna make me cry. Yep, it's gonna make me cry.
Yeah. So, and he works really hard, and his dad, of course, made lots of sacrifices, and so it's a million miles away, and he's wanted to always become a astronaut. So it is based on a true story. So yes, it's a good movie for kids to watch what parents do for y'all's dreams to come true.
I watched recently the Iron Claw, and my brother told me to watch it, and we sat down and finally watched it last weekend. And my wife's like, I don't want to watch a wrestling movie. I'm like, babe, my understanding is yes, it's based on wrestlers, but it's the story behind it. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, the last 5 minutes, I was bawling like a baby. God damn. I was crying. I text my brother like, fuck you, dude. What the hell, dude? And it's based on what we're kind of like, it hit because they say you cry because of movies that impact you or they hit you or something you're going through at the same time. For example, Meet the Robinsons. That movie can make me cry every single time. Why? Because that kid, all he wants is a family.
Yeah, mine's Moana.
You're talking to you're talking to somebody that's always wanted his family. You know what I mean? And in the Iron Claw, and just the events of what's going on in each one of these characters' lives, and it was based on a true story also. That I don't want to ruin the damn movie to some people, but this guy loses. I mean, shit. This guy loses all his brothers.
Yeah.
And some to suicide, and it's, he's watching. What made me cry? I damn well know the part that made me cry the most was when he's watching his kids play football, which is what he did with his own siblings. I'm watching Zac Efron's character, cry on TV, and I'm fucking crying. I'm like, fucking hey, dude, I miss my brothers too. And my wife looks at me, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. She already knows I'm crying. She knows I'm fucking crying. Like, you okay? I'm like, just leave me alone. I told my boys after the movie was over, you two better fucking hug it out right now. Hug it out.
And I try so hard and focus on the boys to have a very close relationship, and so far, they are pretty close. But my oldest right now, he's in his own little
bubble,
I guess, journey right now. Bubble journey, and some kids need that.
Is he still a firefighter?
Well, he went through the testing, so he's not. Yeah, he's gone through the testing.
Oh wait, don't they have to do like some kind of they have to do like community service for like 6 months to a year first?
Well, God, it's a whole lot, and they got to get their EMT.
Okay.
And they go through that school, and it's a whole lot. And he went through the first phase and didn't failed the test by 2 points.
Oh.
Yeah, so he has to redo it again.
I'm sure he'll do well. I'm sure he'll do well.
watching that movie made me think, that guy. I don't want to tell you the movie.
Because now you want me to watch it. You want me to cry.
And it would be a good movie for my son to watch because, it's like, some people try
Yeah.
over and over and over and over. If you really want it, you would do it.
Yeah.
This guy tried and tried like 12, 14 times. I'm not going to tell you. But anyways, the whole point is, if you really want it, you'll do it, and not give up on your dreams,
Right.
no matter what. Especially if you're like right there.
As a mama, well, I mean, he's a firefighter. I mean, as a mama, as a firefighter, like, how do you feel? I mean, he's fighting fires, like he's gonna fight fires. How does that make you feel? Like,
well, when he first got in, to school, because it's the school, and he was doing those training things.
Yeah.
And when they get in those fire things,
simulators or the actual.
Yeah, the actual. They do those actual fire things.
Yeah.
Where you're in there and they're training because he's going through the training. And no, I'm not scared. I excited for him because that's what I want him to have a career. Like that was that's the main goal as parents. Most of us, for them to be happy in what they do in their life and not to slave over a job that you're not going to like.
Exactly.
You want to, you want to do something that you want to do in your life that's a passion or a dream or a goal, whatever, and not have to slave for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And that's what was, something that, that I wanted for him to do. So whenever he didn't make it this last round, because there was, I think, out of all, I don't know how many there was, 15, only 3 made it out of the firefighters.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Only 3. So that tells me that it's not the students, it's the teachers.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
I say that about my son not freaking passing his Spanish class. I don't blame my son. I blame that teacher. But
no, I mean, sometimes when you at the ratio of, of how many pass and who, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you have to always look at it that way, Sometimes it is who's teaching the course.
Yeah.
So, and then sometimes it is, I'm not going to say that it's not always my son, but yes, he probably should have been paying. If he would have stayed here, then he probably would have been able to,
focus more.
Focus more, yeah. But, everybody takes their own journey. Everybody learns their own way. And, hopefully he just keeps that dream and keeps going towards it,
Yeah. No, that's good. How's the little one doing? He's 10, 11 now?
He's doing good.
Yeah, that's
Nicholas.
good. Nicholas. I wasn't going to say his name, but you said it.
It's fine. He's good. He's good. He's going to be, I don't know what he's going to be, but he's very creative. He's a lot like me.
Yeah. I was listening to like I said, I was listening to the last podcast that you were on to remember some stuff. And you said he's the opposite of you. You're like, and he's like the happiest kid and wants to hug. And
he has my creative side, but he's more, I love you, Mom. I love you. 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 Can I have a hug? And, if he's taking a shower, I love you. I'm like, I know you do.
Yeah.
Or it's like, I love you at least 30 times or 40 times a day.
That's my wife to me, damn it.
Oh my gosh.
I do the same shit. I do the same thing. I'm like, babe, can you just go one day without telling me you love me? Like, can you go one day? And she's like, you should be happy that you have a wife that loves you this much. I'm like, okay, I am, but it's like every time you say I love you, you put me on the spot. She goes, do you not want to say you love me too? I'm like, I do love you. I'm just like, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard saying it. Like just something so simple. Like I hear, like I said, I listen to a morning show in Indiana. The reason why I listen to that morning show is because the guy that works in that morning show used to work in the morning show here in Burbank, California. That's the guy that gave me the Flat Tire Andy name. So I like to listen to support. He also has a morning podcast, only like 10 minutes long, where he gives the news updates. So I listen to those two in the morning, and then I'll listen to the one out here in Burbank. So I have a schedule. I listen to three, and then throughout the day I'll listen to someone else's podcast, and so I, like I said, I follow him. I listen to him in Burbank, and I don't even know why the fuck I even brought him up. Oh, yes. So they always say, so in these morning shows, they're so easy, and I heard this before, that people throw that's the phrase "I love you" too easy, like too frequently, like, and when people say on the radio, they'll call in, "Yeah, we love your show, we love you, oh, we love you too." Every time they say, "Oh, we love you too," I'm like, but do you really? Do you really love them? I mean, when they say they consider me a friend, I believe it, because they've proven that I'm their friend. But like I said, in the morning, like any morning show, any radio show or anywhere on TV, the news, "Oh my God, we love you so much," and they repeat it. Yeah, we love you too. I'm like, do you?
Yeah, do you would show it.
Yeah, give me free tickets to freaking the movies or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. People just throw that word out there too much, too recently.
Yeah, and they throw
too
friendship
frequently.
out there too much. Too.
Yeah.
Friend and friendship, and that's where, I really made my circle small, and I made my stuff private. Remember, I'm telling you, I made my stuff private. And
yeah, I was going through my messages on Facebook, and I was like, unknown user or user no longer active, and I'm like, what happened? What's going on? Who's this person? So I clicked on it, and I remembered it was you because of something you had told me. I'm like, oh, Stepheny deleted her Facebook? I was telling my wife the other day, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to record a podcast with Stepheny, but she deleted her Facebook. I don't even know how the hell I'm going to talk to her. Maybe I'll just take my SIM card off my new phone and put it in the old phone so I can FaceTime with her. And then I realized, obviously, you have an iPhone. I have an iPad. And then my wife's like, you're smart. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. So all this week, I've made sure that the iPad has been plugged in because she FaceTimes her mom and her sisters and everything. So I made sure that that it's been fully charged all this week. Let's see here. Where are we at? So let's see here. I think I went through my list. Is there anything you want to talk about that we didn't touch on? Does he have a list?
I think I went through the list.
Oh, you wrote them down?
Yeah, I did actually.
I'm just trying to get better. I'm just like my brother told me. He's like, dude, you have people on the podcast and they'll say something and you don't even have a follow-up question. I'm like, we're just chitting the shits, man. We're just talking. We're just like, so I'm trying to get better at least making, like, look, last time we really started off slow. I'm going to be honest. We started off slow. We really didn't have, like, we didn't even know where to go. And I mean, right now we're pushing an hour and 40 minutes. And,
Are we already?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it. It doesn't even seem like it.
So
you're going to have to cut it in half.
No, it's okay. My buddy did tell me, he's like, hey, dude, some of those podcasts are becoming 2.5 hours, dude. You should cut them in half and make it 2 episodes. I'm like, yeah, I thought about that too, but I mean, it's all right. No big deal. If people like the episode, they will listen to it, the entire thing. They maybe in parts, but they'll listen to it. But yeah, is there anything we didn't touch on that you want to talk on, or? I mean, because this is technically your idea. You wanted to come on the podcast.
I guess at some time or at some point in your life, you just start to enjoy the simple things in life, and I think everybody it says that a lot now.
Yeah.
Enjoy the simple things in life. But what I mean is like declutter, not just like the way you think.
Yeah.
But declutter your life, declutter everything around you.
Right.
And that's where I am. Like when I throw stuff away, I'm not even attached to it. Even if it costs money. Like, I don't know. I just think that people just hold on to a lot of things that just because it costs money, it means something.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean nothing. Chunk it, throw it away.
I have this little bike trailer, right? It's like a 2-seater bike trailer that you attach to your bicycle. So I had to specify that bicycle, and that thing, I've had it for 10, 11, 12 years now. No, I've been with my wife going on 12 years already. So I've had that thing for like 14, 15 years. And this bike trailer, I used to, strap it to my bike, and I would use it to go pick up my kids during my visitations. Because I went from walking to then my bike. And then I'm like, how can I pick up my kids where it's a lot easier to visit them? So I bought this bike trailer, and I attached to the bike, and I would pick them up from my baby's mom's house, and I would ride the bike to the beach with the kids in the back seat on this trailer thing. So I was cleaning out the garage. This is a couple of years ago. I was cleaning out the garage, and I grabbed that bike trailer, and I was about to toss it out. And my wife was the one that said, no, don't throw it away. Why are you going to throw it away? I'm like, I don't use it anymore. She goes, like, but it's like, for her, it's like more of a sentimental value item. Like, like you used to haul your kids in that. Like, that's something that maybe one day the boys can haul their kids in it just for fun. You did it because you had to. And I'm like, fuck, she's right. So when I was cleaning the garage, like I said, I was moving the garage and everything, I found these, hold on, where are they at? I'm going to screw back real quick. So back in 2010, when the economy hit bad in 2008, I didn't work for 2.5 years. And one of my neighbors, we were living in a room where I was renting a room with my brothers. And one of the other roommates was like, she saw that I always had a movie playing for the kids. Any Disney movie, Cars, whatever back then, Toy Story, whatever movie. She told me one day, Andy, you have a lot of movies, huh? I'm like, yeah. She's like, can you sell me some? Again, 2.5 years with no job. Light bulb. So I bought this little DVD burner. I still have them. This is back in 2010, 2011. I found them the other day, and I was like, holy shit. I used to burn DVDs and sell them for $3 to my roommates, to friends, and got me through for like 6 months. And I was like, there's something so simple that reminds you of where you've been to where you are now. Like, I bought this thing to survive, right? And now I went and spent all this money on podcast equipment just to bullshit. This little, and I have 2 of them. The other one's over there. But it's just like, I was cleaning the garage, like I said, and I found them. And I'm like, holy shit, this is something I don't want to throw away because it reminds me, like, like even the bike trail. I get with my wife's the bike trailer. Oh yeah,
obviously. I have I guess, what are those things when you feed babies in? Oh my gosh, a high chair?
Yeah, high chair.
A high chair, but it actually was my ex-husband's high chair when he was a baby.
Oh wow.
So I saw it because I was cleaning the carport. I'm like, do I still want this? I'm like, there's always those.
There's things that you can hold on to that are going to be obviously possibly used later on. But for example, these sofas. Okay, these sofas started my credit. I bought them on a company called Aaron's, rent to own type shit, right? These sofas started my credit score. And for a long time, my wife said, "We need new sofas, Andy. We need new sofas." I'm not going to get rid of my sofas. You're on crack. And now that we have sofas in the like new sofas in the living room, the other ones that I've been holding on to for years is outside, standing on his side, getting ready to be tossed in the trash. And even like this TV in the back, the one that has the podcast logo. Okay, for years, back and forth, the mother of my kids for a TV that we bought together. Sometimes she would have it. It's like we're like child custody with the TV, right? Child custody with the TV. When I went and bought this TV, and this TV's years, like I said, the money for the DVDs got me that TV because I needed something for my kids. That the moment I bought this TV that weighs nothing, I took the TV that weighed like 500 pounds to the mother of my kids and said, "Here, you can have it." You can have it. A fucking TV. We went back and forth with a fucking TV.
I'm telling you, I think whenever we had to get another car, and it's just, we won't buy something unless we really have to.
You're right.
And like we had to get a car because she was in an accident, and so
I saw that.
Yeah, but that car was only 6 months old.
Did the deer survive?
No, it was dead.
Oh shit.
Poor Bambi.
Oh
yeah.
Damn.
I'm a poor Bambi, and but we ended up having to get another car.
For those of you that are listening, she posted a TikTok video where her wife, luckily, the gap insurance paid for the car.
Everything.
She does not have to pay a higher insurance rate, but sadly they ran over it, or she bumped into her. The deer bumped into her, right?
Yes, the deer. I say the deer was playing hopscotch.
Yeah. So for the listeners that have no idea what the hell we're talking about, her wife killed the deer.
Yes.
By accident.
Totaled the car.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Totaled it.
Yeah.
Totaled it completely. Crazy.
Dude,
huh?
I can only imagine if I hit a deer with my little car. Like, what the hell? If it did that to her car, which is like a smaller, like, what is it? Like a smaller SUV type thing? Like a little.
I don't know what it was.
But it was kind of like, for those of you that know, like the size of a Honda CRV type, those maybe like Toyota, the Rogues, maybe. Like, it wasn't a small car. Like a Toyota Camry is a small car. That was more like a small Jeep type little.
Yeah, I don't know, but we finally got the car. We got another one, a hybrid something. I don't know what it is. She drives it.
Oh, hybrid. Oh, the hybrid's gonna save her a lot of money on gas. A lot of money on gas, and she froze.
In my back.
You froze. Yeah, you froze for a second.
Did I breathe? I think when I stretch, it's like, don't stretch right now. You can wait.
No worries. No worries. But anything else that you want to touch on?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Can you hear my animals, or they're quiet?
They're quiet right now, but they were very, very active for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I think I heard my rams. They're always yelling.
All right, I guess I have two more questions then.
Uh-huh.
Where do you see yourself in 15 years?
I don't see myself anywhere in 15 years. I don't think that far. I don't know. I just try to make it. I'm not even trying to make it, honestly. I'm just living by the moment.
Right.
And trying to enjoy these days and just enjoying the simple things in life, like the real simple things. And so I have not even thought past today, honestly. My son always tells me, Mom, what are we going to do tomorrow? I'm like, I have not thought that far. You should know better than that. And unless it's a doctor's appointment or something, I will mark it on the calendar. Other than that, like, anything could happen.
Yeah.
Like anything, And so I'm just like, it's just day by day, and it helps with limiting my overthinking and my mental health, and I just like just day by day, and I don't care what else happens after that.
Right.
So I just don't care. Not like in a bad way, It's just I just prefer it that way.
Right. No, I mean I guess that makes sense. I mean, you wake up every day, just live the day one day at a time and stuff. Like honestly, like when the kids say, Dad, what are we gonna do tomorrow? What's the plan for tomorrow? And my answer is always the same thing. Try to take over the world. Like Pinky in the Brain.
Pinky in the Brain. I say that too. Yeah. I told my kid that like a couple of days ago, and my friend Justin was all like, "Hey, that's Pinky in the Brain." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I guess, man, those are the best cartoons.
Yeah.
They don't make them anymore like that."
Yeah, I had there was this kid wearing a what's it called, Tom and Jerry sweater. It was just Jerry holding on to a piece of cheese, and I'm like, dude, do you even know who you're wearing? Like, do you even know who that is? And he kind of had like a blame. Well, it's because it's a cool little mouse with a cheese. I'm like, you have no idea who. Get that shit off you. Take that off.
Yeah, give me my shirt.
Get that shit out of my face.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's always like we don't like. The only thing I do ask my wife is ahead of time, what's the plan for the weekend? And that's it. That's the only thing I ask. Well, we don't want to. She doesn't want to do anything. All right, cool. Perfect. Don't. You told me today on Wednesday at 7:00 in the afternoon that we have nothing planned for the weekend. Let's keep it that way.
Yeah, don't
And
start anything. There won't be anything.
I might have to drive. We might have to drive to Oxnard tomorrow, which is like an hour and a half from here. Sadly, one of my uncles is on hospice,
Okay.
and so we might make the drive. I don't know. They gave him 3 weeks. They gave him 3 weeks, but we have a funeral to go to today also, and I don't know if I can take that many funerals or that many bad news in one day, in one weekend. We'll see. Like I said, times are hard also, and I was able to do the oil change in the car, but one tire in the front's bald, and come on, I'm not gonna spend $300 right now on a tire. So, yeah, maybe I need a deer to cross in front of my car right now.
I know
real quick.
my Jeep. I was like, shoot, I need a deer to hit my Jeep. My Jeep paid for. I would love a new Jeep.
I have the. I guess when I bought the car, they gave me insurance on the tires. So if I hit a pothole or if I hit like a nail,
You get a new tire.
Yeah. God damn it! I want a fucking nail in this tire.
You know what I said? I did. I have thought about, though. You know, it's funny. I don't think about 15 years, but I have planned out kind of like my funeral thing.
Oh my
You know what? I'm so much more of a death person. Like, I'm so much closer, and I understand more about death.
Was that girl's name in Beetlejuice? What's her name? The one in black?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, what's her name? I don't know. I thought about being her for Halloween once, but I forgot her name.
Well, I'm gonna Google it now. You can hear them.
They're like, mom. They're yelling for me. That's what they're doing. They're yelling for me.
Yeah,
like,
you can hear them. Wow.
They're yelling for me.
Lydia
like
Dietz. Lydia Dietz.
Okay, yeah. Well, I told my wife, I was like, just as long as you have someone dressed in all black and in a black umbrella towards the back of my funeral, so people think I was up to something. You know, just mysteriously just hanging around.
I've actually thought that joke about at my funeral for somebody to still have my phone active and text everybody, thank you for coming.
Yeah, I know. You know, at my funeral, it's going to be fun. There's going to be a guest list. I'm not lying. It's going to be small.
And half that guest is going to be TikTok friends.
And there's going to be bodyguards.
Oh, damn.
It's going to be small, you know, because everybody's going to have to wear costumes. There's not going to be no black.
There you go. All right.
It's going to be fun and nothing sad. No sad crap.
Yeah, I tell it to the kids, just cremate me. I don't want anybody crying. I don't want that's fine. I mean,
that's what I want, cremated in a particle board or something.
Yeah.
And one of those recyclable. Hey, they have those recycling boxes now where you could actually decorate it. I've been looking. I don't know what it is about it, but I've been looking, and I'm just like, this is pretty neat.
Honestly, these so my grandma is, when she passed away, my brother brought her ashes from Texas to Oxnard because that's what my grandma had paid for her little hole in the wall. Sadly, she did not pay for her plaque, and my brother and I haven't had the funds to afford a plaque. So my daughter went over there recently to go visit, and she was like, hey, where's grandma at? I'm like, she sent me a picture of my grandpa that she put flowers on his thing. So I sent her that same picture back with the box next to it circled. And I'm like, that's where she's at. And she's like, but you can't even tell. Yeah, well, she's in there. Honestly, at this point, do you see my award back there behind me? Just put my ashes back there. It'll be a lot fucking cheaper.
Yeah, expensive.
It's crazy.
No, I don't want to be. No, just throw me.
It's more it's more expensive to die. Like, just leave me up there next to my podcast shit right there.
Yeah.
Fuck it, because that shit's expensive.
I have grandpa and grandma right there in the house.
That's right. You said that last time. You said they was watching you.
Yep, they're always. No, I'm serious. They're always watching me. Always.
Oh, you said. See, now I'm talking another something else. You said something about what does he call the herbs or what?
Those orbs.
Yeah, you sent me a real quick video of like little lights in the background and stuff.
They're little balls of light. They're everywhere, every day in our house, just floating around, having fun. And my cat sees them. My cat looks like she's on crack, and she's just following them around everywhere.
Dude, I thought something was gonna jump on the screen when I was watching this video because it's a black and white video. I was like, what the fuck did she send me? What the
It's in the
fuck?
dark. Yeah. And they're everywhere in our house, but we're not scared. It's not like a negative energy. So,
No, right.
you know, so, but there's like 50, 60 of them. It's crazy. It's just, as soon as like my birthday weekend passed, it started happening. So it's just weird that, because it never happened since we've been here for like 2 years, and all of a sudden it's starting to happen.
Wow.
So weird.
That's crazy.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, I tell my wife all the time, I'm like, your grandma's haunting the house. She's haunting the house, dude. Like, seriously. Because her grandma lived 3 houses down. So, this is actually my wife's childhood home where she grew up as a kid.
Oh, okay.
And
I didn't
it's
know that.
like 3 houses down from her grandma's house. So whenever there's something like happens around the house, I'm like, babe, can you tell your grandma that, you know, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry, grandma, abuelita, I'm sorry. So yeah, that we get that. Like, before, I used to be afraid to walk back here because we have a big, long. Steph, I wouldn't survive in your ranch. I would be freaked out. I would be one of those guys with a fucking flashlight and my hands shaking and shit as I'm going outside to check the car. Like, you guys, you know how you said you guys had the raccoons in your trash cans a couple on the last podcast you were on? I would have fuck that shit. No, I wouldn't have gone out there. Nope, it'll go away. Nope, it'll go away. And so this morning, now that I know what's back here and I have my stuff back here, this morning at 3:30 in the morning, I'm walking back here like nothing. Before, I would have been like, shit, what's that? Holy shit. I'm a chicken shit. I'm a chicken shit.
I'm not. Like, we have solar lamps all over the property, and they sometimes just go off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just go off.
Fuck it.
Yeah. And my wife, she's like, just don't talk about it. She goes, she don't like to hear about it. She don't like to see the cameras. She don't like to see it. She don't want to hear about it. And I'm like, man, I could watch you for hours just watching them.
Oh my, I'm telling you, Steph, you and I are probably brother and sister. Okay? I have a camera right here because now that, like I said, there's a back room in the back of the house where I put a camera in here just in case somebody were to break in. Most of my stuff's in here, valuable stuff's just in here, so at least I can get a picture of who broke in. But before, I used to have them in the main garage. And I don't know if it's the wind, I don't know if it's like the lights of the sun or the shade or whatever. We would get notifications on our phone that said movement in the garage. It'll say camera number, whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, I look at the camera, but sadly,
and there's nothing there.
People can't see my facial expression, but I would look at the phone kind of like at a distance, like, oh, what's going to pop up? You know, like, so I'm showing you the phone. Oh, you can't see it, but pretty much what's going to pop up? Like, what's going to pop up? And like, see, right now you can just see the room. You can just see here, right? You can see, that's too, there it is. You see my hand. But when I see the notifications of something moved, I'm like, kind of like, I don't want to see what's going to jump in front of it. And the same thing, I can watch it for like an hour just staring. Like I don't want nothing to pop up, but I want something to pop up, if it makes sense.
Mine always, mine, they're just, it's hard. It's like somebody has lots of little mini flashlights and they're just
walking around.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Everywhere. Like flying everywhere.
That's
like
crazy.
Little spaceships flying everywhere.
That's crazy.
And there's no other way to explain it. They're spiritual orbs. That's all there is to it. That's all. There's a lot of people that believe it. There's some that don't, you know. And that's fine, you know. And I'm okay with it. I could sit right there with them. Yeah. I'm like, they don't bother me none. I like being outside in the dark. It's weird, but I do.
No,
I'm not scared. I'm protected, so I'm not scared.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask the last question of the day, and I like I said, I've been learning from other podcasts and see what they do. I'm trying not to steal from their thunder, their ideas or whatever. So I kind of came up with my own question because I my podcast, there's a lot of dirty words. There's potty mouth, and this one was a clean one. I did use the B word once, so that makes it PG-13. So if one day your son, and I say the little one because your oldest son, he's already an adult. So
yeah.
But the little one, I think he's like what, 11? If in 10. Like, yeah, what is he?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
10, 11. So if in like when he's adult, in 15 years from now, 20 years from now, he wants to hear back to what his mom was talking about in 2024. What would you tell your son? What message as advice, or like a heads up, or like a pro tip? What would you tell your son in 15 years from now?
Release the fear of missing out on, just the missing out of things. I think sometimes we feel like we need to do everything to enjoy life, but it's not true. You know what I mean? Like, we have to always go to that next game, or go to the next dinner, or go to that, even to the appointment.
Yeah.
We're always double booking on things. And sometimes it's just good to just be there, just to chill.
Yeah.
People think it's bored, but no, I think it's just hang out in nature, or just at home. And I think just being able to just be okay with missing out on certain things is okay.
No, yeah,
So,
true.
I had to learn that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to go here and there and everywhere. I don't need to go to the mall. I don't need to hurry up and go get this next thing. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just learning to just be okay with certain things without the fear of thinking that I'm missing out just because everybody's doing it or something.
Right.
So,
No, you're right. No, you're right. I just like, my kids are in school right now, and they're like pretty much don't have to blend in with the cool kids. You're not missing
Yeah.
much. You're not missing much.
yeah, exactly.
So, like, yeah, I did tell my son though, like, hey, just remember and I said it in front of his friend too. I'm like, hey, just remember that once your best friend over here gets married, you're not gonna hear
That's
from her.
it.
You're not gonna hear from her anymore.
Mm-mm.
And then she was like,
Yeah.
no, that's not true. That's not true. Come on. You're talking to a guy that had a bunch of female friends in junior high and in high school, and then by the time we got to college, they started dating and got married, and
Yeah.
that's it. Andres is no more.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
that's
yeah,
the way
no,
it goes with that's the way it
yeah,
goes with guy friends too. It's like
yeah,
once they get they move on, and that's
yeah,
okay. That's why it's good to teach them to not fear it and to not
yeah.
get so attached to
Kind of
certain
like
things.
what you said. Kind of like what you said earlier. It's like you don't miss what you don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you won't miss, like, for example, if he loses his friend and he's all bummed out or whatever, like, pretty much to your advice to your son, it's like, you're not gonna miss what you don't know. Like, it's
Hmm.
okay. Like, you can go without it.
Yeah, I have a thing where I learn about the attachment in a healthy way, not to get attached to certain things, or
Mm-hmm.
not to get attached to anything, but in a healthy way. Not that you
Right.
don't have feelings about it, but that in a healthy way, it's okay.
Right.
Like, if that best friend's not there anymore, or that friend or sister, brother, or that favorite thing of yours that I tell you, I lost my wedding ring.
Oh.
It was like, just to let you know, it was like, I'd say $8,000-9,000. Don't know where it's at. Just lost it. Have no idea. Like, don't even know where it went.
Oh no.
And I'm like, it's just a ring. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just a ring. Yeah, it costs money. Yeah, but it's like what I'm saying. Like, just don't become attached to certain things where it's going to cause you stress, and that's just the way I look at life. It's like, oh well, somebody has a brand new freaking ring.
So yeah, let's go back to the IRS paper that we got yesterday. My wife was stressing out. How the hell can we? And usually it'd be the other way around. I'd be like, oh my God, what the fuck? What the all hell? How are we going to pay this? What the hell's going on? What the fuck? No, babe, it is. I mean, we'll figure it out. And this is
I mean,
something
yeah.
yeah, this is something that she taught me. Like, we'll figure it out. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. And I went inside. Changed, and I'm like, I got a podcast to record tomorrow morning. I'm not gonna lose sleep over this. So
Yeah.
I went to bed.
Yeah, and that's all you can do. I mean, what can you do besides like worry? What's gonna do any good with both of y'all worrying and stressing about
Yeah.
it? That's what I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. It's
So
just not worry so much. Even when it comes to your kids, your relationships, your friendships, your bills, just no. I'm like, nope,
yeah.
nope.
Cool. Well, Steph, it's been 2 hours.
I know, 2 hours. This is the most I've talked to somebody.
Well, I mean, your wife's at work. I mean, you have no humans around.
I know, I have all animals.
Little
I was like,
Boots
I
and your
talked to all of
Rams
them.
are already calling you. So
I know.
So-
Little Boots is right here. He's like, hurry up, Mom.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
So I'm gonna let you go attend to your animals,
Okay.
to your kiddos over there. And
Yes.
Steph, like I end every podcast, thank you for riding with me.
Thank you. Enjoy your day.
And you're welcome to come back whenever you want.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to Ride With Me, the Flat Tire Indie Podcast. You can also listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and Podbean.